Well, Honda's Activa, the petrol variant, has been one of the best selling scooters in the Indian market. But what Honda was late to was to bring an electric scooter. They have brought not one but two electric scooters, the Honda QC1 and this, the Activa E. We have done a detailed walk around video of both the scooters. That's a separate video. I've also done a detailed review video of the QC1, so you can check that out as well if you are interested in that scooter. But in this video, we're going to specifically talk about the Activa E. So let's get started. Now for the design, I have done a detailed walk around video. You'll see that in the I button and you can check that out. But I have not given any opinions in that, so here are my opinions about the scooter. Now this scooter does look quite futuristic in my opinion. I really like the implementation of this DRL right here. Also, you get all LED headlamps and you get turn indicators integrated here. The apron also looks nice, futuristic. The scooter, if you look at it, looks premium, looks like an expensive scooter because it is pretty expensive if you buy it with the RoadSense Duo connectivity. So this is the top of the line variant. Ex-showroom price is 1,51,000, but the starting price is 1,17,000 if you do not want the RoadSense package. We'll speak about the RoadSense Duo package in a bit. Now let's talk about ergonomics. Now, like the QC1, this one also has a very good riding stance. Both my feet are flat on the ground. My height for reference is 5'9", and I feel that the floorboard here is a little bigger than the QC1. So you get a little more room over here, and my shoe size here is 11. So that's an 11 size shoe, and that's how it fits here on the floorboard. And I have a lot of space still to move around. It's a flat floorboard. You have the aux battery right here, integrated here, and my knees, a lot of space here. This has more space than the QC1, and here you have all the controls to switch on the scooter or open the seat or to put it in the lock mode. Now, one very interesting change with this scooter as compared to the QC1 is this. This is a remote key, so you don't have a keyhole here, key slot here. You have this knob which can be used to turn the scooter on, lock it, and to open the seat. So that's how it works. But you have this remote lock key, and you have to keep this on your person whenever you are riding the scooter. And like any car, this also has a proximity sensor, so if the key is lost or it's not with you, the scooter won't start. Also, the key comes with this has a RFID chip in it, and this can be used at the swapping station. So you just place it on the Honda eSwap station and you will be able to swap the battery. Now I'll just place the key in here. So you have two glove boxes on either side. You also get a Type-C USB port here. You have two hooks to hang your luggage, so you get custody, and a lot of space here as well. Now let's talk about the battery implementation. Now, call it a negative or a positive, this scooter gets swappable battery packs. It gets two of them, and let me show you what they look like. So they are placed here under the seat, and each battery is 1.5 kilowatt hour, and sadly you cannot charge these at home. You will have to swap it at an eSwap station. So buy this scooter only if you have an eSwap station in your proximity. Now, to change the battery, it's very simple. You have these handles right here. You just lift it up, the lock opens, and you can slide the battery out. And it's not very heavy. It must be about 10 kgs probably. And you can just place it back in. It sits in the place, and you push this handle and the battery locks itself. So the locking and swapping mechanism is really nice and easy. I like how this has been implemented. My only concern is charging the battery and having an eSwap station nearby. Also, you have a 1 liter storage space, so which is taken up by your first aid kit and your basic tool kit. No illumination here, and of course you won't be able to store a helmet. Now the seat is nice and long. You have a lot of space to move around, and your butts are going to be very happy sitting on the seat. Even for the pillion, it's a fairly decent sized seat. So two riders will be really comfortable on this. You have this nice grab handle as well for your pillion to hold on to, and I also like the implementation of the footrests on the Activa E. Nice click there, very reassuring, and it feels very sturdy. This garnish here also looks really nice, breaks the monotony of this pastel shades that you see on the scooter. And I also like how the rear of this scooter looks as opposed to the QC1. You get integrated turn indicators and full LED lighting. Besides, the battery is one very important difference in the Activa E is of course the screen. So you'll have to come closer. You get this nice color screen display right here, and everything is very nicely displayed. It's nice and bright, even in under direct sunlight. We are under direct sunlight right now. You can see everything very clearly. Now it says push start, so if I push start, it will be ready. And you also have this green indicator right here, which denotes that the motor is on and ready to move. You also have the headlamp notification here. You have the odometer here, clock. You have your connectivity, so your phone connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity, Wi-Fi connectivity will be shown here. Battery SoC, it shows 63% now. And here you have the power, so like somewhat like a tachometer is what you have here. Current trip, as you can see, 22 kilometers, that's what we have done. The range shows 64. When we started, it was 102. We have done about 22 kilometers, so that puts it at 88 kilometers. And we've been riding in mixed mode, so very like about 10% in the economy mode. We'll be riding more in the standard, that's the maximum, and some of it in the sport mode just to test out how it feels. So overall, with the mixed riding conditions, you should be able to get about 75 to 80 kilometers of range very easily. If you ride it only in economy, you'll get more, about 95 or probably 100 as well. You also have this menu right here, and these are the buttons that you use to toggle through them. So you have navigation, so you get your live map. You have your call controls. You open the app and then you can use this, and you have the settings. You can, within the settings, you can check out your Wi-Fi settings, Bluetooth, battery, display, your controls. The maps used is Mapbox, the OpenStreetMap, and it's not Google Map, but you can connect your phone and use Google Maps for turn-by-turn navigation. Then you also have music controls, and again you have your home. Now, while we are at it, let's also check out the app. This is what the Honda Road Sync Duo app looks like. Here you have all the vehicle information. You can share your hotspot, your phone, with the vehicle. It also gives you vehicle details. If it has any issues, it will trigger it here. You have the vehicle info, odometer. Then you go to the map, you can put in your destination here and you can sync it. Also, if you want to check out nearby charging station, they will show up over here. You can find a e-swap station easily. Besides that, you can go into settings. All of this, you can change the name of the scooter, and also your music controls and your call controls can be synced with this. Now, the price difference between the Road Sync version and the base variant is quite significant. 1,17,000 is the base variant, and the top variant with the Road Sync Duo connectivity is 1,51,600 rupees. Does that give you a lot of value? Well, let me tell you what all it gets, and this will be displayed on your screen as well. So firstly, you get an internal processor. We get storage of 32 GB and 6 GB of RAM. It's an Android operating system, which the base variant will not get. In the Road Sync Duo connectivity, besides the reverse mode and dashboard auto brightness that the base mode gets, you will also get topple alert, maintenance alert, call and music control, navigation, live tracking, over the air updates with the Road Sync mode, and you pay that extra premium for all these features. So let us know if you would like the non-Road Sync variant or the Road Sync variant. Now let's get to the most important part. How does this do ride? Now, to get the specifications out of the way, this is powered by a 6 kilowatt motor, which means it puts out about 8 PS of maximum power. It makes 22 Newton meters of torque. and it comes equipped with two 1.5 kilowatt hour battery packs. The claimed range is 102 kilometers, and it comes only with swappable battery packs. You cannot charge the scooter at home or any other charging station. So charging time is out of the question. Well, if you ask me, it's just about 2 minutes, because that's what it will take you to swap the batteries out. Now, in terms of performance, I really like how this scooter performs in the sport mode. It has a lot of character, a lot of power in the sport mode, and it will take you through uh, 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds, 7 to 8 seconds, and then 60 to 80. It takes a little time to build that speed up. But I was able to do around 80 to 83. That was the speedo figure, and then the scooter caps at that speed. It can cap at that speed in the standard mode as well. The standard mode is the mid mode, and you can still get that 80 kilometers of top speed in the standard mode. It does not reduce the speed there. What happens is the way the scooter accelerates in the standard mode is does change a bit, and the acceleration is a little slower in the standard mode. And I think this is the mode that you're going to find yourself riding in the city. Now, in the economy mode also, I was surprised to see that the scooter was able to deliver 80 kilometers of top speed, but it takes a whole lot of time to get there. So economy is best in the traffic scenario, because the acceleration there, it's very, very slow, and you will not enjoy riding the scooter in the economy mode if you like to make those quick overtakes. But if you are stuck in traffic and you don't have to move a lot, you don't need a lot of power, you can definitely ride it in economy mode and save that precious battery life. But the most fun mode, like I said, was the sport mode, and you will be mostly riding in the standard mode. You'll find yourself riding in the standard mode most often than not, because it has a good balance of power and efficiency. Now, in terms of range, the claim range is 102 kilometers. Like I said before, we've rode the scooter for about 22-23 kilometers, and the indicative range right now is 63. So which means that 86 kilometers is the range that we're going to get. But that has been in mixed riding conditions, and mostly I was gunning the scooter, riding it between 50 and 80 kilometers per hour. So really pushing the limits of the scooter. And with that, if you're getting about 80-86, it's pretty decent. But if you ride it like a sane person, you should be able to get about 90-95 as well. You might even be able to see the claimed 102. I like the suspension setup on this better than the QC1. The QC1 felt very stiff. This is not as stiff as the QC1. But it does handle itself really well. It has a good weight balance also, because it has a bigger battery pack. It has an extra 1.5 kilowatt hour battery, which makes it a little more stable on the road. And even at high speeds, you are pretty confident. You have a bigger 12-inch wheel at the front, so moving over bad surfaces is also much easier on this scooter. Also, the acceleration, like I said, it's best in the sport mode. However, the character, the nature of the scooter, the aggressiveness is not there, and pretty much handles like a petrol scooter would. So if you're coming from riding a petrol Activa, you will be able to adjust to this, get acclimatized with this very quickly, because this almost rides like a petrol scooter. The way the power delivery is, the way it decelerates itself, it's very much like the petrol Activa. Any new rider will be able to get accustomed to this scooter very easily. The Activa E is available in 5 colors: Pearl Shallow Blue, Matte Foggy Silver Metallic, Pearl Serenity Blue, that's the scooter that you see in the video, your Pearl Igneous Black, and Pearl Misty White. So available in 5 colors and 2 variants. Now, of course, in terms of pricing, this is comparable to the Ather Rista, the iQube, the TVS iQube ST, the higher variants of the Bajaj Chetak, and also the Ola S1 Pro. Now, where this scooter lacks is obviously, one, the charging capability. It has the eSwap stations. Now, in a city like Bangalore, Honda has already set up 241 stations as of date. And the next few months, they plan on getting 500 stations in Bangalore city alone. And the scooter is available for sale in Bangalore right now. Bookings for Mumbai have just opened up. They will start deliveries once the e-swap stations are in place. But what Honda is planning and promising us is that by 2026 they're going to have a charging station at every 5 kilometers, so users will not have to be worried about finding a e-swap station, or traveling to a destination specifically just to change the battery. But what I would have liked on the scooter is the capability to charge the batteries at home as well, and that gives you a flexibility and assurance that you can still be able to charge the battery at your own convenience. So even if there is no physical charging port here, you should have been able to carry the batteries home and then charge them there. Let us know, what do you think of this implementation on the Activa? Now, if you're wondering how you're going to pay for the swap batteries, well, you will have to enroll yourself into a battery subscription plan, and you have two plans available. One is a basic and the second one is advanced. In the basic plan, you will get 35 kilowatt hour worth of power, which will cost you 1,999 rupees, and it amounts to approximately 40 kilometers a day of riding. But if your riding is more, you can opt for the advanced plan, which will give you 87 kilowatt hour worth of power, and that will cost you 3,500 rupees every month. That sums up to about 100 kilometers per day. So that are the best plans that are available. If you run over your 87 kilowatt or 35 kilowatt hour usage, you will be charged 35 rupees per kilowatt hour. So that was the e-Activa for you. Let us know, what do you think of the scooter? Do you think it misses something? Do you think the features are apt and enough for this type of scooter? Or do you think Honda should have taken a different approach? Let us know in the comments, and also let us know, if you're not buying the e-Activa, which other scooter would you choose if you were buying an electric scooter? I hope I was able to cover all the aspects of the scooter and answer all your questions. If I have missed out on anything, put your questions in the comments below and we'll try and answer each and every of your questions. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next video. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and rev.